time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
When the mic's on, as the show has begun, welcome to another week here at the Dufferin Ave Media Network. My name is Gary. Welcome to your show. As far as we know still, the only live show on YouTube from 4 to 5 p.m. that's entirely run by just a hand. That hand has a name. It is Phenom. Say hello there real quick, Phenom. There it is. See, just a hand. I like to say it's like the Addams Family rules with that one, so it's very cool that he is literally like the mascot for Hamburger Helper, just without his tarp on. So, yeah. I think that's a great way of looking at it. The dude is basically the Hamburger Helper hand with his tarp off. Killing it. We are also the number one show ranked on YouTube that basically shows up every day and goes live. So we're crushing it as far as the categories go. We're going to have hopefully a full house in here as we have a big team meeting, a 6-month meeting going on right after the show. So we're going to have a bunch of people rolling through, a little bit of a live studio audience. And we also have a different looking Maggie Cam today as we're going to check in with her now before she moves. Oh, no, she's moving. Maggie, come back. Oh, we had it. Get over here. Margaret, report. Right up here. Good girl. See, sometimes she still listens. As it's time to check in with the Maggie Cam. Look at her go. Good girl. Right on cue. You know, every time I think she's just throwing it away, she just shows up. Always in the right spot. The Maggie Cam for our fantastic friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Mike and Rochelle and Maggie's boyfriend Leroy, always there to make your life better. If you go after hours, Kirsten, Shar, or Chris will help you out during the weekends as well. The one constant is that your life always gets better. The second you walk into Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, your puppy can be as happy, or your cat, or your pet of any kind can be this happy all the time. This is her Pet Planet face on 8th Street. Well done, Maggie. Deep thought. Look at her go. Love it. We were talking to Mike there earlier when we shot another adventure with Maggie. And I believe it's posted now. You can check it out on all of our social medias, wherever you get those. I'm sure there's things that I can say that will guide you there. But the point is, we have a new video of Maggie walking around Pet Planet on 8th Street. It's fantastic. So be sure to check it out on the socials, on all the socials. So we had a bit of a quiet weekend around here because the people that normally come in here and make it a loud weekend were doing that in Regina. And one of those guys is with us now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Network Ryan!
It's funny, I get claps now. I get clap. I got one clap from Gary.
Was, like, literally, we have a live studio audience. They didn't even acknowledge you, bro. That was harsh.
Well, it's better than getting
tough
booed.
crowd tonight, eh, ladies? Okay.
Better
Good
getting
to know.
booed, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Too late now.
There it goes.
It's all just fake now, guys. It means nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's being like, oh, I wish I could have helped you there when you see us move the last thing out of the apartment into the truck.
Yeah.
Where's the beer and pizza?
It's like the husband asking if he can load the dishwasher as the last dish goes in, hey?
Sweet move.
And all of that sound effects was exactly that. It was actually just Noah. It was actually just Noah adding that in. And
how does a hand even talk? I don't get it. Little clapping. I guess it's like.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways. You and Uncle Brando had yourself a weekend, my friend. Tell us what's going on. Why were you out in Regina?
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. So I was in Regina. Yeah.
He's off to a good start. Here he
First
goes.
time I've been out of the house, really out of the house doing stuff for leisure purposes in almost a month.
Yeah.
And we were there for the face-to-face games. And here's the mouthful, right? Face-to-face games, Canadian Tour Stop, Regina. That's why we were there.
Nailed
Yeah.
it.
Did you have all that written down from the other day?
Face-to-face games, Magic the Gathering, Canadian Tour Stop.
There you go. Yeah.
So close.
And it was in Regina, and there's a main event where people play Magic the Gathering to try and qualify for the championship weekend.
So this is legit like a tour.
Yes.
That's
yes.
so
Yes.
cool.
Yes. And you win money and invites to the next step in the tour.
Yes. Which would be Command Fest in Toronto.
Technically, no. Technically, no. You're close. Command Fest is a different thing. It's just a leisure event, really. But they do have qualifiers to win invites or to get buys to the next round, in the Canadian Tour.
Yeah, so sort of like a win your way in type of thing.
Yeah. There is a thing called a win and in.
There it is. I knew it.
Or a super qualifier. Yeah. So they have these things where you can tour around the country, or if you just win one, you get an invite to championship weekend. That's in Calgary in November.
That's the one, November 15th to 17th.
Yes, there's 2 championship weekends in Canada for Magic the Gathering, and one is in the east, one is in the west. Usually Toronto, Montreal, or like Quebec City, and then the other one is Vancouver or Edmonton or Calgary.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I love everything about that.
Yeah, very much. So that's what this weekend in Regina was a tour stop, and we went. We weren't playing in it. I was working the Commander Cookout table.
Of course you
and
were.
You would have seen on the Megacam, but she's not there. Or when she was blocking kind of my legs, you wouldn't have seen my cast. So I was just sitting the whole time.
No one knew you were jacked up.
And playing Magic. And
They probably thought you were just lazy, bro. Hey, it's like, man, why isn't that work? Ryan just sitting there the whole time, just playing games.
No, because everybody that comes up to us knew, because they listen. Because
they're members of the nation.
They're members of the nation, right? And I kept telling people, like, oh man, you got to pick up some Commander Cookout merch because I'm making my friends haul it all around for me. And normally I haul it all around. Or make my friends haul it all around for me, and I don't feel bad.
Of course not.
But now that I physically can't do it,
the bad feelings
then
come
I
back.
feel bad, right? So, yeah.
So lots of networking got done?
I think so, yeah. More than anything, it was a chance for me to get out as like a little bit of a test run for Command Fest Toronto that's coming up.
Yes, sir. Very excited for you. 26th, 29th.
Yeah, to know if I can like get around and be okay, like moving stuff and crutching around is
the best time.
So exhausting on your body, your armpits, my hands and wrists, and the leg that you hop around on, like my knee and my glute muscle, like my ass muscle.
Brutal.
Just hard, right? And to know kind of what access or assistance I'll need to haul a suitcase around and all that stuff. So this was the test run for that. And it went great. I feel like I've turned a corner because a lot of the pain is gone.
Before all of this, you were 95% sure about Toronto.
Yeah.
But now it sounds like we're back to 100%, which is where I want you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know you can do it now.
We had planned a little Commander Cookout after party at Pile of Bones Brewing Co. in Regina.
That was going to be my next question before you get into it. How much pinball did Uncle Brando play?
Actually...
Don't you dare. Don't you ruin this for me.
Well, he did play pinball.
Okay, good.
Okay, he did play pinball.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Let's call a spade here.
Okay. And drank beer, I bet, too.
Several. Verily, he drank beer. So we're talking, we're chatting, hey? And he's facing the pinball machines, and he's looking at them, and he's like, I don't
Calling
know.
him from the games room.
None of those pinballs are like barking at me, right?
They weren't calling. I don't like this.
Yeah, so he's talking to me, and then all of a sudden he's like, he kind of looks past me and stops talking, like he saw somebody flash somebody else, like
he saw his
like
unicorn.
that, right?
He saw his unicorn.
Yeah, he was talking, and all of a sudden he just stopped, and I kind of did a double take. I'm like, what? And he goes, well, usually when those green buttons flash like that, it means there's credits available.
There's no chance that someone would have left available credits inside a pinball machine and not use them, is there?
That cheap bastard was waiting for somebody to bounce and go piss in the bathroom or something. And
steal his free game? Well, they wouldn't be free for him, but free for Rando.
So him and our buddy Alexi, they went and played some pinball. And we hung out at this after party. There were some people that were there before us that went for supper and a guy's birthday.
Ooh.
We rolled in and, you have a drink and say congrats and happy birthday and all that. They left and some more people came. The winner of the Regina main event came in and he had his trophy and we were like trying to convince him that we got to drink beer out of it.
Hell yeah.
Right?
It's a trophy.
He said no. But then they left after supper and some more of our crowd came and then they left and then the staff from Face to Face Games came.
Jeez.
And yeah, like
that's sort of like your bosses a little bit, hey?
Well, kind of in and out all night until I don't know midnight or whatever. And I said to all the waitresses and the staff that was working, hey, I wish I would have got to meet like the business daddies for Pile of Bones because Commander Cookout's partnered with them.
Talk about them all the time.
I hope that we spent enough money. And she was like, you did. Yeah, my one friend, he spent $285 just on shots for the whole party.
I've done that once.
Yeah.
Well, you do it once and then you never do it again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy, not that smart, though, so he might do it again.
You say it depends on the person. I once ordered shots for everybody, and nobody wanted one, so I had to do 9 shots.
Oh.
It was a tough night. Needless to say, that was one of my last adventures in vodka, which was lots of fun.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, so it was a great time, and to hear a lot of the when you play Magic the Gathering at a tournament, there's judges. They're kind of
Yeah.
like referees when somebody accidentally breaks a rule or purposely breaks a rule and cheats, or if there's like a discrepancy, like, hey, you picked up that card you shouldn't have, or I accidentally, saw his hand when he, and you call
Calling
a
some
judge
shit,
to resolve a game issue.
Around where I come from, we call that snitching, bro. You used to get stitches for that.
Well, and you know what? When you call a judge when something accidentally happens, the player can get a warning for accidentally breaking a rule, even if it's unintentional.
Yeah.
You get enough warnings in a competitive rules enforcement level, you can get a game loss,
Oh,
or you can get a match loss.
even worse.
And like a match is best of three games, right? So you can get a game or a match loss. So some people like strategically call judges when they know that
They can
a
get a
certain
little
type
something.
of rules infraction has
Greasy,
happened.
bro. It's like the IOC with the Olympics, eh?
Yeah.
This grease factor through the roof.
So the judges came along with the event staff for face-to-face games, and to just to chat and pick their brains, what's coming up, and to hear kind of the attitude of the staff
at.
for the CCO community, and kind of what it means to them to have people show up that they know are gonna, provide a good community experience for the patrons of their event, and to spend money. Right? We play this game. We play this game when we go to conventions called "Who Spent the Most Money Today."
Oh, that sounds fun.
Uncle Brando's won it a few times.
He's very generous.
Right, so we come up and we make sure that people are having a good time, and we launch games and pods for them. Like a pod is like a game of Magic, and I tell my friends, hey, guys, spend some money, and make sure you go and say hi to like the event staff because they
Like,
work
this
hard all
picture
day.
falling around to everyone. Have you spent any money yet? Go spend some fucking money.
No, it's not like that. It's
Okay,
not
good.
like that. But
You really like that in here.
yeah,
that's
Gary,
good. Okay.
no, and it's the opposite. Gary, stop spending
That's
money on
true.
that. Stop
That's
doing that.
so-
No.
It's the reverse.
Yeah, it's the reverse. Jeepers creepers.
Okay, so you had a great weekend.
I did, yeah.
good.
Yeah, weather was good. My friend Keel cooked us breakfast the other morning, or like
Keel's
the next morning.
Number one best thing to ever come out of Regina, I heard.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that true?
guy's a gem.
So
Guy's a gem.
Pretty
I don't
cool.
think he watches this show, but
one day he'll
I'll tell
hear
him
it,
to.
and it'll be totally worth it.
I'll tell him to.
Real quick before we flip the switch and run your ass off the stage.
Yeah.
The
Oh
Toronto-
yeah, run, crutch my ass off the
Thank
stage.
you for getting my joke there. The Toronto Blue Jays are deciding they might want to win some games when they shouldn't. Like a classic Toronto Blue Jays thing.
Yep.
Like you've already decided, you're packing it in, calling up all the young bucks. Stop winning games, please, Toronto. Please stop winning baseball games so you can get a better draft pick. Sorry, I'm trying to say this without raging. I just hate when teams make the move, sell everybody. You say, we are selling, we're not buying, so you're throwing in the towel. If you're going to do that, lose the damn games. They keep winning, and it's bugging me.
Well, they didn't sell everybody. They sold my favorite pitcher. They sold my second favorite pitcher.
Probably
Kikuchi.
your first one. Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
you
he's
say.
and he's been
You say.
and he's been frickin' lighting it up in Houston. Hey, like unreal.
Stud muffin.
Yeah. And my twin, Bowden Francis,
The ginger.
lighting it up.
Not just lighting it up. He's one of the. He
won
has
Player
put-
of the Month, didn't
He's put forward one of the best stretches for any pitcher, not just a rookie pitcher or anything, not just for guys that look like Ryan,
Yeah.
aka Network Ryan.
Yeah. He really does look
He's
like
had
he does me.
3 starts. Yeah, it's crazy. He had 3 starts now where he's gotten into, I believe, at least the 8th inning on 2 of them, into the 9th for
He had a
another one.
no-hit bid going into the 9th.
All of them, no hit bids. 3 out of his last 5 starts, he's had no hit
So
bids
good.
go into at least the 8th inning. Like, it's insane what
You're
this
going to
kid's
tell
doing.
a guy
It's out
not
of
to do
nowhere.
that. Hey, man, just throw the game so your
He's
team
the
gets
only
a
one
better
allowed
weapon.
to.
And you know
Everyone
what?
else-
In the MLB, the way that their draft works, like, man, there's 30 rounds, and everybody you
And it's
draft isn't
so
going to end
crazy.
up. Nobody's going to end up playing that you draft for 10 years, anyways. I'm
unless
being
there's
hyperbolic, but
unless there's like a
unless
Bryce
there's
Harper in there.
a Bryce Harper or a
Yeah, those
Vladdy,
big
where
Steven
it's like,
Strasburg,
yeah,
these
you're
guys who come up.
19 and you're playing,
Yeah.
and you're the best hitter in the league one
The
year,
other
right?
thing with baseball too is there's no salary cap. So if you're rich like the Yankees or the Dodgers, you just pay as much money as you want, but then you get taxed with the luxury tax. And at certain points, you can lose draft picks as well for being over certain thresholds. So the Blue Jays, by putting themselves in that position, it's like anytime people do something that pulls them out of that bonus, there's like a bonus round for teams that aren't being taxed with luxury tax. You can turn it into a bunch more picks. So the point is, if they're going to throw it, just throw it already. Stop winning. But if it's about in Francis chasing no hitters, obviously there's those little things. you
Yeah,
wanna go
that's
for.
for sure. And you know what? I'm always up for watching the Toronto Blue Jays win games of baseball.
Yeah.
And technically, at least before the weekend on the last game I watched, they were not eliminated from the playoffs, which means they still could if they go until the end of September and win. What is there, like 15 games left, whatever it is.
15 or 20, yeah.
If they win, 13 of 15. and they jump up 4 spots or 5 spots in the wild card race.
Then
and
I'll
then
cheer for it if they get
right?
close to
Like
that. Yeah.
those are the kinds of things that can happen. And you remember in 2015, they won 11 games consecutively multiple times that season.
Oh, do I ever.
And in
the David Price days.
in
God, I love that dude.
20 the year that Robbie Ray was the Cy Young
Cy
guy,
Young Award winner.
that year in September they won like 7 or 8 games in a row 2 times in September.
Yeah.
Like it was
That's
crazy.
what I
And
mean.
that's how
When
you make the
David Price
playoffs.
came over from that deal that the Jays made for him, that was a starting point for like an 11-game win streak. And there was another guy, like those big runs came after big trades.
Yeah.
In that season, it was so cool.
Yeah, at different
I
points in
love
the
that.
season, right? Like
Yeah.
before the trade
But
deadline,
changing
and
the
you had
culture, bringing someone in and then saying that's how it works.
Yep. And you know what? When you sell off a few guys because you expect to not make the playoffs, it is a culture change because you're bringing guys up. It's a culture change in a different way, but it could course correct in the way that you want it to. In that these new guys are like doing ultra mega more preparation and immediately learning, like just like a sponge of knowledge is being absorbed because they're getting the opportunity that they've waited their whole life for, right?
Not only that, also the guys that are being moved out are usually guys at the end of contracts. So they're guys that have been there for a while and have built up sort of a aura about them and about the team. And when you're taking that out and bringing these young guys in, it's literally like a restart because those guys getting pushed out have been a part of the franchise for numerous years.
Yeah.
So there's that whole turnover, what you're talking about.
You know what? It really sounds like I'm starting to convince you that the Blue Jays ought to be winning more games, and you should be happy about it.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just in the headspace where you're so used to cheering for your teams to lose. Once they say, all right, the goal is to lose now. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know what to cheer
I think
for.
it's just you.
Either way, go Jays, go. You know him from the Commander Cookout podcast as well. He is Network Ryan around here, the guy that keeps everything rolling. Thank you so much, buddy. You go get ready for a big meeting, and all I can think about is pizza now. I'm starting to drool.
Hey, what time's the pizza supposed to be here?
5:15.
5:15. Oh,
Yes, I
I
thought
gotta
I
wait
did
an
that
hour.
smart.
That's.
Well, I'm sure you'll find a bunch of stuff to go screw around with in the back.
I'm gonna sit over there with my foot up.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm gonna show Summer, live studio audience Summer. I'm gonna show her my swollen foot because I hear that she's
she loves that
really
stuff,
into
yeah.
feet.
Perfect. She's running away already. Here we
She's
God.
ready for feet. I'm gonna give her tips for footfinder.com too. I think that she's in the market
We're
for
all done here.
for
There you
new,
go. Network Ryan. Here we go. Jeez. Footfinder.com. Gross, dude. Gross, you guys. Monday, rolling on here on your show as the countdown continues, getting us ready for the big team-wide meeting, post-game meeting that goes on after the show. You know how it is. Hope you're having a great start to your work week. Our next guest, you know her from all the social media posting you see around here. You also know her as the co-host of the Past Our Bedtime podcast. We love her around here, and I'm going to keep dancing while she runs because now she's going away, and now she's coming back. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a Brooksy. There, see?
Yeah, that's why I like to hear.
See, Network Ryan, that's what it sounds like when they like you.
Yeah. Aw.
That's the normal cheering.
It's a love-hate.
Okay, we don't have to say
Love-hate
he
with
knows he's
Network
not. It's
Ryan.
fine. How you doing, dude?
So good. I had to run away to go get my water because
That's what it was.
Yeah, and
It's like,
also-
I'm going to have to start dancing
I
again.
gotta go smaller. Whoop, there we go. Network
good?
Ryan likes to pretend he's super tall.
It's weird, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't judge him. You don't have to judge him.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay,
He's actually pretty
garage
tall.
sale. How'd it go?
My garage sale went so good. We made
How good was it?
prove it. Anyway,
it.
we made, well, when I texted you, we made just over 800.
Jeez.
But then we also have been selling stuff since the garage sale on Facebook
It's
Marketplace.
Like a second garage sale
So
online.
I think we're almost at like $1,000. So
Very impressive.
yay,
And
go
that's
team.
with a bunch of donations as well that you're going to make with all the extra stuff?
What do you mean?
All the stuff that didn't sell, you donated?
Oh yeah, we donated. Yeah, we cleaned out our whole
That's
house.
my whole point is you cleaned more than anything.
Yeah, because a lot of the times we like keep our stuff because we have garage sales every year. So we
That's that thrifter life.
Yeah, and also a little bit of being a hoarder, you know, in there. You don't
I
want to let go of
definitely
it.
get that one.
So
I'm a big hoarder. And thank you for our Nintendo. We got a Nintendo Entertainment System for the Dufferin Avenue Media Network Content Creation Studios inside the Sonder Concrete Services Clubhouse here over on the Twitch stream. So we don't have to move that one back in and out of the house. So thank you to B-Rad for that one. We
Yes.
are very grateful.
It also has a duck hunter. So
Yeah,
it
with
has
the zapper. We got a
guns.
working zapper. Yeah.
Do.
I like that. It's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, but I was texting Gary a bunch of stuff. I was like, "Do you want this? Do you want this?" And he's like, "I'm a hoarder." Like,
You're
I'm
asking
gonna
the
say
wrong
yes.
person. I want all of it. I think we have a use for everything.
Yeah. So then I started rewording it. Do you need this?
It's a little bit different.
Yeah. And then he was able to say no to some stuff. So good for you.
It was hard.
Yeah.
I still think we could have used all of it.
No. I was gonna give them this really cute dog bowl for Maggie. It was like a lifted one, because
With
that's
the
what,
bowl in each one.
yeah, with the bowl.
Water and the food.
Yeah. So my vet said that when to force Ziggy to stand because he only had
His
3
leg.
working legs for a bit, was to get him a raised bowl, but that one wasn't exactly raised enough, so we had to get a new one. But anyway, Maggie can't have it because she has to have her food in a plastic dish so she could carry it around with her wherever she wants to eat it.
Throw it in the air when she's done.
Yeah, so cute
It
actually.
is actually pretty.
Yeah. So that's why I texted you back. I was like, that's too cute. But
That's
yeah.
fair.
Anyway, so we got rid of a bunch of stuff. Our house is so
How many
clean.
people do you think came through?
Oh, well, I ditched Brad, and
I would be so mad if you. Was this your idea or his idea?
Well,
the garage sale.
No, okay, it's both of our ideas.
Okay.
But I asked him. I said, "Hey, around this time, because every garage sale we have around like lunch to like 2 is like not really busy,
The lunch.
and there's
lull.
like lulls. Yeah. So I said, "Hey, can I go around lunch to whenever to go to? I think it's called the Everything Country Outdoor Market." And it's like a market in Hague and on this farm that has like over 300 vendors. And
What? That sounds
it's-
like a flea market, bro.
it was crazy.
Was that a flea
We-
market?
No, it was like a bunch of like crafting people and like, well, I guess maybe kind of, yeah.
I think you're about to describe a flea market
and
there.
then they had some like food trucks and stuff, and it was wild because we were driving on this grid. I was like, where are we going? But we couldn't even make it to all the booths. There was so many of them. Anyway, so I ditched Brad for that. So I don't know how many people actually came, but at this market,
Here we go.
I got permanent jewelry
Tell me more.
that stays on your wrist forever. They weld it on. You can't actually really see it all. They weld it on your
You can
wrist.
see if you the light hits it in the right way.
La-
you see that?
Yeah. They weld it on your wrist and then it's supposed to stay on forever. And when you want it off, you got to like cut it off.
So luckily you said you don't play any recreational sports, so you don't ever have to take it off for that.
yeah, Network, Ryan and Gary were beaking me like, what about when you do sports? Or
Yeah,
what about, what
flying
was
on
the
an
other one?
airplane.
Oh yeah, going traveling. And I'm like, I don't know. I usually keep my belly button ring in when I go through an airport. So I don't think that would be a problem.
That's fair. Well, just when that dings, like, by the way, this thing doesn't come off either.
Yeah. So
You hold it up.
yeah, it's permanent.
It's very cool.
Yeah. Like our friendship.
Oh,
Aw,
Right there,
so
bro.
cute.
right there.
How was your weekend?
Oh,
What did you do besides sleep?
I didn't sleep. That's the problem.
Oh,
I
besides wanting
stand
to
before you a broken man who's had no sleep at all because I was not worried, just overthinking our meeting and everything else we got coming up here today, where I was at the point where I knew I had to get rest. I think a lot of people go through this. So I was trying to force myself to get rest, which in turn forced my brain to not get rest because I was thinking about how important it was for me to get rest, and that cycle went on for about 48 hours throughout the week. I did go to Crazy Kyle's birthday party for a couple of hours over at Winston's, which was very, very fun. But besides that,
Wow, you went out in
yeah,
public.
and it was for, like, that's how
And
you know
you
it was
had
one of my
fun.
bros. Well,
Yeah.
it was great to see. We had the downstairs rented at Winston's, so we had our own little area, so it was very
Okay.
good. It was a nice controlled environment.
Yeah.
And but my lack of sleep, I was telling Network Ryan earlier, is just I'm so worn down and so tired that lack of sleep sort of makes it feel like your immune system just gives up.
Yes,
So I feel like
know.
I got like this, like stuff, like watery eyes, stuffed up nose, and just like you feel so tired and all that.
Like,
It's the
did you
worst feeling. I just hate it.
did you run out of sleepy time tea from Cora?
No, I did have a big helping of it on
big
the
helping.
Friday night.
Okay.
And besides this little 5-hour nap I had this morning from 7 a.m. to like noon out of nowhere that got me behind on everything for the day, I got about 4 hours on Friday.
Oh, well,
At
I'm
some
glad you
point when I
napped
did the
today.
sleepy
You
time
might
tea.
feel behind, but look at us. We're exactly where we need to be at the right time.
That's it, right?
Everything works out
We
the way
always
it
say
needs
just
to.
keep swimming around here. It's just like those fish that went on that crazy adventure one time.
Just keep swimming. Yeah. I say that all the time.
Nemo is his name. The
Nemo.
fish's name was
Finding Nemo. And
Yeah.
Dory's the one that sings it.
Dory the Explorer.
No, Dora the Explorer.
Then
is
who's Dory?
Dory's the blue fish on Finding Nemo. Dora. You already know
Brooksy,
this.
how
You
about
already know this.
how about you don't bore me with more details.
And then on Dora, there's like a swiper guy and he steals things and she says,
remember
"Swiper, no swipey."
I remember Swiper because my not son,
Swiper, no swiping.
the not son would always be yelling out Swiper,
Swiper.
Swiper from that show.
Yeah.
So I remember it very distinctly.
And every time I go to like Mexico or somewhere, I always I'm trying to learn like Spanish, usually from the bartenders, and then I'll start saying it in my Dora voice because they're teaching me how to speak Spanish.
Is that all you say whenever you're traveling the world? Either that or baconator?
Yeah, those two things.
Pretty good.
I'll be like,
Pretty good traveling.
"Hola, señor.
There it is. Baconator.
Do you want to learn how to count? Uno. Say it with me.
It does sound like Dora the Explorer.
Dos."
Did you watch a lot of that show?
Yeah, and then listen to this story.
Oh, I'm very excited.
In Mexico,
Here we go.
me and my friend are watching TV and we see Dora the Explorer come on and it's like late. We're kind of tipsy and we're like, "Oh my God, how does Dora work in somewhere where they speak Spanish?" And I was like, they have to speak English. They have to teach people how to speak English. I feel like Dora's going to teach someone how to speak English.
Because she teaches you how to speak
Spanish.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. All right, I got
So
you.
she's speaking Spanish this whole show, and we waited there for probably the whole show.
The entire show.
And it ended, and we're like, we just watched 30 minutes of a girl speaking Spanish and didn't learn one thing. Anyway,
So that sort of answered your own question.
So that answered the question.
As in, yeah.
Was in Mexico, it's just all Spanish, and I think they just teach Spanish words to Spanish
More
kids.
Spanish.
Yeah, whereas it's cool here because it's teaching us how to speak Spanish, but
It's like a
also
double.
speaks English.
Yeah, it's like getting two birds stoned at once.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, I
So
like that.
that's my little story about Mexico.
Your Dora Explorer story?
Yeah, and everybody came in so hot right now and is so loud and distracting. Network
See,
Ryan.
Now, what you need to know with this, because a lot of people feel like that.
Yeah.
The voices of the people don't carry over onto the mic, so we can hear them, but it doesn't really creep into the conversation. So the more you can sort of block it out and not acknowledge it, the better off we sort of are, because
Yeah.
they can't really hear it.
I-
But I do understand for people who are far less trained in this to find it a little
My
bit distracting.
ADHD is going wild.
My brain cannot hear my other brain when other people are talking.
Yeah. Oh,
You
and
know?
then this is another thing
Here we go.
that you just remind me of. When you're thinking, and I don't know if we've talked about this before.
Uh-oh, this is going to be very good. I can tell by your face right now. Something's coming.
When you're thinking, do you hear yourself talking,
Yes.
your thoughts?
Yeah.
You do.
All the time. Like right now, the words that are coming in my mouth, I'm thinking of them like a half second.
Okay, so when you're quiet, not talking,
Yeah.
it's you talking to yourself. Kinda. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm telling
Big time.
I'm telling Brad this, right? And he's like, your husband Brad, he's like, I don't
Best
hear
husband in the world.
Yeah, he's like, I don't hear any voices. And I was like, so
Hold on. Like nothing?
nothing. And that's
That's
why
more worrisome
that's
than-
why sometimes I'm like I feel like that's why he doesn't overthink so much because he's
Well,
not.
no, that's... You shouldn't... Like, you should feel like it.
So
That's
then,
exactly what's happening.
In my mind the other night, I was telling him that I could hear our daughter Kala saying stop so perfectly in my mind because she was saying it so often that day. And he's like, oh, and then later I was like, do you can you hear people doing that? He's like, no. And I'm like, how can you not hear that in your
crazy.
head?
You're telling me people don't have voices in their
Yeah,
heads all the time?
Or I'm like, when you're singing to yourself, do you hear yourself? He's like, no. I'm
Now,
like,
now, are you talking about words alone or tones inside?
no, tones inside. Well,
Both.
yeah.
Okay.
It's his thoughts.
you
He doesn't
aware?
understand how he thinks of his thoughts. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because when I think of my thoughts, it's because I hear myself thinking about them.
Yeah.
And it's my voice.
1,000%.
It's not
And my voice is always going.
Yeah.
Right now in my brain, there's a million things.
okay. Well,
I'm already realized that I missed 4 things that I wanted to talk about here.
yeah.
And my voice is telling me what
And
those
then-
things are, and it's sort of
yeah.
you just pull them out of the air and then put them through.
Yeah.
Them through. So I was like, oh, that one.
And then the next thing, but then sometimes it's don't forget, don't forget, don't forget.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
then you forget.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a huge thing. I actually posted it on TikTok once, and
did
a
it go?
bunch of people were like, "No, I don't do this." And some people would come back the next day and be like, "Actually, I thought about it all night, and I think I actually think like this."
Yeah.
And it's some people think like that, and some people don't. And I find it
It's just the
so
way
fascinating that
everyone's
people
different.
don't hear themselves.
It's
in their
crazy.
head.
See, and then that sort of leads into the whole, like, what's better to have no voices at all in your head, or to have one that's very guiding, sort of something to have you motivating you to do things. Or
I
in
don't
worst
know.
case scenario, what if you're like one of those people that has multiple personalities? Can you imagine having like 10 of those voices
Like,
going on?
and
at
they're
once?
all like different people's voices, not just yours. That'd be
There's
crazy.
way too much to unpack there. As we are hanging out with our good buddy Brooksy from the Past Our Bedtime podcast, as well as Wendy Brooks Media.
Thank
She's
you,
our social media
Gary.
lady. We just got her to do some more stuff for us. So she was so good that we had to say, here, take more money and keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
If you hate social media as much as I do, this is the girl for you. She will
Yeah.
make it all better.
Love doing it.
Yes.
Of course. That's where I learned all these random facts about your brain and thoughts and stuff, you know. 'Cause,
Very cool stuff.
yeah.
So here, here's another one for you. It's one of those things that I remembered I had to talk about.
Okay.
Over at 3 Hall, we had the first edition of the Unplugged Open Mic Night. It went on
Yes.
Friday, which was super amazing. I talked to Saul, the singer.
That's my best friend. Saul and I were like, grew up
I
like,
knew you'd be so excited about
really
this
when I was
because
really
I
young.
knew that because of the other place. And then when Kinger told me that him and Saul were the ones putting it together with Bloom Entertainment,
Yeah.
I laughed because I was like, oh, Brooks is going to be so happy to hear
Aw.
Saul's here. So he
I
was
mean-
actually on one of our videos. He's our go-to guy. I've been texting him a lot.
oh man, I say he's my best friend, but like we're just kind of like mutual acquaintances now. But we went to
Well-
the same daycare and we played Smash Bros all the time together.
And here's what's going to happen.
And I always hook him up
because
with like things.
I have him on a group chat, and I want him to be talking to you because he asked me like 3 different questions that I had no response to that I had to text you with
Well,
anyway.
he has my number.
I know, but he didn't know that you're the social. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you, it's very exciting.
Cause okay, so he did all the social media I was sharing.
All that stuff, everything you told me was going to him.
Oh, good job,
He's
Saul.
your guy, and I was like, I'll just get you guys because you already. And I just realized that you both have your number, so we can just skip that whole process.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But they said it was fantastic. They had Buddy Bench on for the Saturday night, had a big show there. The open mic night on Friday was incredible. And we have another band coming in that will be there this weekend, coming in, I believe, tomorrow or Wednesday, as
Oh,
we
I
continue
should
with
check it
the
out.
Open Mic Unplugged series going on over at 3 Hall. A rousing?
I don't know what
That
you're
might be the
trying to
one
say.
word. A
Three
really big success for opening night, opening weekend. How about that?
3 Hall has the best like drink experience. You can get this like mimosa tower, and it like comes with a bunch of different drinks like spiraled up this thing. Yeah, me and my friends went there. They also have really good food, so you should check it out
Yes,
for
and
the music, the food, and the drinks.
This is the coolest part about this is that we haven't had anything that's sort of bringing the attention back to Broadway. When we were coming up, Broadway was the place you go. You just get dropped off there in a drunken stupor, and you spend your whole night there. You go to all the
Buds
different
is
bars,
still,
you
right?
see all the well, it's.
Now that I'm old.
My point is though, like you don't have that setup, and it's not like a thing that people do.
Yeah.
And this is sort of a way to bring that back, even if it's just for the older people. As you can go there, the open mic is from 6 to 9.
Yeah.
So you go there, get your supper, live music right there for you,
It's the
and then you're
best.
home by 9 o'clock. And then the next night, the band will be performing another concert there, and it's a whole nother experience. So it's got your whole weekend planned for you over, and you're on Broadway. It's a great way to start your Broadway adventures.
Yeah, and there's actually like I hadn't done a Broadway adventure for so long,
Me
and
either.
I did one the other day with my friends Cora and Lisa and a bunch of other people. Shout out to you guys. And we had like a great time. We started at Hall 3, I think it was when the Fringe Festival was on, and
Oh yeah.
so we had a really good time there. But there's so many new places that are open down on Broadway now, and
It's a whole new thing, eh?
yeah, it's crazy. And yeah, so we had lots of fun. I forgot how much fun it is just to run around Broadway. It's actually like probably the best like thing to do now because there isn't really any bars that are like that close anymore, and all of them are overtaken by like people who probably shouldn't even be in the bar yet, you know, kind of young. So that's
Hold on, are you trying to say underage people are sneaking in a bar?
I don't know, but there's
So
or they just
disrespectful to
look
the industry.
or they just look so young, and everyone's so young, and I'm so old now, and I just like remember when I took you to Outlaws?
Oh. Gavin, you son of a bitch, you got me.
Like Outlaws was a whole
That
nother
was horrific.
place now.
I've never been in a more awkward situation for myself.
Yeah, they're so like they're
Inside of a
yeah,
bar.
they're such a good bar, and they're so busy. But like for being as old as we are, like it's just a different scene. So if you like the younger crowd, Allah.
Insane. It's
But
not
if you
just
like
that.
to
The
hang
younger,
out
the
and-
younger crowd doesn't dress themselves anymore. Everyone's just naked in a bar. It's like, what are you guys doing here? Where are your clothes?
Yeah, they're like shopping for tops at Victoria's Secret.
I'm
in the
not
lingerie
joking. This is a
section.
legit like problem. Sorry, continue.
I can't even say anything because I used to kind of dress like that when I was younger, but not that bad, but like there almost. Yeah, I don't dress like that anymore, as you can tell. Look at this
It's a
beautiful
6 shirt. I didn't want to say anything.
shirt. It goes
it bunny hug?
to my
It's a bunny
knees.
hug.
It's a bunny hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well done.
It's a shirt, a sweater dress.
Is that what they call them? Sweater dresses?
Yeah, because I don't need pants to wear it.
Congratulations.
But I do wear pants because that's me being old again.
Because you don't dress like these 18-year-old kids in the bars.
Yeah. So
That makes
anyway,
sense.
I think if I were to ever take Gary anywhere, it wouldn't be there. You need to go on a Broadway experience.
Do you know where I'd like you to take me?
Hall 3.
And then to the Elmwood Fall Feast this Thursday.
Oh, it's
See,
Thursday.
look behind us. I can see it there.
Bam,
That's
bam,
how I know. Again, if you haven't got your tickets, all right, the tickets are now officially closed, but Maggie from Elmwood will be in again tomorrow to give us another update about if you still want to get in. There might be some ways to get you in, so we'll check in with her before we do the All That Angst podcast with the boys, and Maggie will tell us what to expect on Thursday when the big evening commences. I will be over at the food bank, Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center for a event in the warehouse. And I've already got my emotional human,
Yeah. Andy?
what is it called? Support human? My emotional support human.
Yeah,
the
that's what you call him.
yeah, so Royal Anders is going to be my arm candy as we do that event. And then hopefully around 7:30, we will be done at the food bank and we'll be running over to Prairie Land for the fall feast and saying hello to all of our friends who we get to see every year with the big evening as we try to raise a whole bunch of money for Auntie Susie and all of her bros to bust them out of be it the lodge or the house or, you know, wherever they're staying, the manor. And get to see the world, man. Head out to West Edmonton Mall or go to a Blades game or go to a Barries game or come into here and make some shows, whatever it is you want to do. This entire event is all about transportation for adults with disabilities. So it's going to be a big, big night. Looking very forward to it. There it is. I love those banners too. It's so good. So head to elmwoodyxc.ca and we'll see you this Thursday over at the Fall Feast of Prairie Land.
Yum. So it's like, I'm guessing because it's fall feast, it's all food, right?
Well,
That you eat and then do other things.
Well, there's basically what it is.
But is there a feast?
Like the first one ever. It's a feast on a plate.
okay.
Is why- But it's been in different places. So each time, like we had it at the Wind's Edge place, the barn at Wind's Edge one year. Then we had it over at.
That's where I got
think one of the
married.
I don't know. That's when we think of it. The Black Fox Cider place or something like that.
Distillery? Black Fox
So
Distillery?
there's one over there. Like it's been to different places. And I've always emceed them all since their inception. So I've always had to, take my time on the food. So I was really excited for this one to not have any responsibles. But then the food bank came up. So Maggie Stevenson with Elmwood was like, hey, you want to save some food? I was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't. But yeah,
But yeah,
Elmwood.
send me the food.
If we're going to be celebrating with Elmwood, we better have some of that feast food we keep hearing
Yeah.
so much about. So it'll be a very good event. And then we'll check in with Maggie tomorrow and then one more time on the Friday to do a post-show thank you to everyone.
This is a question that came up in my mind
Very
from
good.
me talking to myself in my
See?
mind.
That's what we do.
What's your favorite season?
Oh, man, it's going to be spring.
Spring?
Yeah, summer's too hot and fall's too cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when we're sitting around like 18 to 22 degrees, whoa, perfect. Why are you laughing? Why is this funny?
Because you said summer's too hot and then summer's
Oh, that's
here.
what she was talking
and
about.
she
It's like,
said,
yeah,
I
yeah.
am. Oh, yeah. So I
Does
laughed.
the summer humor ever get old for you? Perfect.
You just made it
That makes sense.
for yourself. Anyway,
That's fair.
I was just wondering because lots of people are like just amped that fall's coming and the leaves are falling.
I'm excited for it
and-
to cool down. Not
Yeah.
having any air conditioner in that little ski chalet got pretty sweaty for a while.
Yeah, like my favorite is summer. Anyway, my favorite season is summer, but when I did have no air conditioning at my last place, I was like
The cat house?
the cat house.
Yeah.
I was like dying. It was so hot.
Well, the house
but-
already stunk like cat piss
yeah.
everywhere, and then you got it. Throw in a 38-degree temperature in town.
Listen
no,
to
it was.
this.
It
Okay,
didn't-
wait, I'm gonna have to defend
Yeah,
myself.
that's fair.
So this house was my old childhood home, and my mom had like 5 cats. And when I left the house to go to school, she had the cats in there, and the cats lived there by themselves. And she would only go there once a day to like feed the cats and say hi to the cats. So the cats for like 3 years just lived in this house by themselves, 5 of them.
Cat house.
Yeah. And so then when I went into this house, like I needed a new home, and so we were thinking about me moving in there, but I'm allergic to cats. So she had to take the cats out of her house and put them into her new house.
I forgot about the allergic.
Yeah. That's why I didn't live there anymore, because I was so allergic to the cats and how it smelled. And when I went in there, it was so disgusting, the house. It was like, my mom's kind of a hoarder too, so it was like cat
Shout out
piss
to
all
hoarders.
over.
It's hard. It's hard life out there, the hoarder life.
Cat piss all over all the junk, and then they were getting like in the cabinets and peeing in the cabinets. So when the people came in to redo the whole house, the cabinets would fall apart in your hands. Like it was like the grossest thing ever. So that's why he said that.
Were they cabinets or catapiss?
They were catapiss. But yeah, so I spent several months renovating and taking out stuff and throwing out hoarder stuff.
So weird
to
how
be
I
able to
remember
live
that.
there.
I remember that so distinctively. I think it's because it was so outrageous that you're moving into a house that was infested with something you're super allergic to.
Yeah. Well,
It's
like
such a strange setup.
And like the thing is that it's like a whole like 3-bedroom house with a huge backyard, and I had my dog, and I just picked up Lincoln off the side of the road. And that's why I needed to move, was because my landlord was like, you can't have 2 dogs in this basement suite. You need to leave. And so that's what made me start all along this journey. Plus, I know the house will someday be mine. So I was like, you know what? Like, I just need to go in there and like.
You did, for the record, turn that place around.
I did. That was the most I've ever worked on anything
and
in my whole
incredible.
life, I think.
Yeah. That's great.
And I think you remember so much because I was at Rolco with you at the time, just probably crying all my sorrows about everything that was going wrong.
You'd
and
have to be more specific. That was every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure once a week.
Now you're lowballing.
Well,
Continue.
Anyway, so yeah, that's why it smelled like cat piss. It wasn't a personal choice. I actually don't really like cats.
You did really good.
Yeah, and I
set you up for total failure.
Yeah, you're like, Summer was like, you're just calling her out. Yeah. Anyways, it wasn't me. It was my mother.
No, not even that. It was a love for cats that went so deep that they got their own house for a while and did exactly what you'd expect a bunch of cats who
but
are living with just
my
themselves
mom
in a
like
house.
lives literally in a mansion, and she could have brought the cats over anytime, but they just live there.
Good.
Yeah.
The point of the story is that was funny, and thank you for that. As we continue on the Monday edition of your show, hanging out with our best buddy Brooksy from the past, our bedtime podcast, new episode. I believe it's going to start coming out on Mondays now. Did you say that?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to make a move?
I'm moving them to Mondays because I think the last 3 times I haven't posted on a Sunday, and then I end up posting Monday, and I just have more time on Mondays. So we're changing it to Mondays. I'm going to change our little ad to say Mondays so people know what's going on.
Nice.
And then I'll feel less of a failure because I'll actually post it when I'm supposed to be posting.
Well, I'll tell you, the less than one person that cares about anything you just said is very happy you said that. Because no one cares when it's releasing right now. That's the whole point of what we're doing here as we continue to grow as a family. Release dates don't really matter. It's for when we are also, 5 or 6 months from here when it will matter. Yes. We have to get in the routine of it. So that's all I'm saying.
Also, like, most of the people who watch end up watching on Monday, like during their lunch break or during when they're working. So it just like works out better. It's just all around better for everyone.
I hate when people start sentences by everybody keeps asking me, or so many people are asking me. If anyone ever says that, for the record, no one person maybe asked it, or it's just no one's asked and it's something they want to push on you without seeming like they're trying to push something on you. Bless you, by the way, over there, young man. So with that, why are you laughing?
I'm not.
You already threw me right off here. She's laughing. Okay. We're just going to leave it. With the reset, Brooksy, past our bedtime, moving 5 o'clock. We are going to fit in a couple more of these incredible updates.
Should I
from our friend
try
Brooksy.
to throw you off again so we don't read these?
No.
So Gary, I don't know why I came up. This is probably the worst batch of Facebook memory statuses I've ever sent him.
It's very good.
And I don't know why I keep doing it.
New Pulse Power with Aiden today, every Monday, dropping. True story.
Anyway.
If you feel like your body isn't really moving the way it's supposed to, you need some more mobility, she can do that for you. She's very good at it. You ready? You always try to cover these up, and you always say it's a bad idea, but they are so funny.
No, let's talk about Aiden some more. Pulse Power is really good for a good workout. You know, I can't do them all by myself. Sometimes I wish I could do it with her. She's so motivational and it would help me out because I'm just so lazy. You know, maybe I will have her on pass her to bedtime sometime.
It's funny you guys say that because I was talking to her yesterday and she said that she is going to bring on your neighbor network, Ryan, I believe, along with her. And they're going to talk about his big success story from doing all of her workouts. He's transformed his body.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so she's going to make her debut here in the next couple of weeks on the show, which will be very exciting.
Yay. Okay.
Anyways.
Okay, let's go.
Enough delaying the inevitable. Let's take a look back to 11 years ago. On this day, but this day was yesterday. Here is what Brooksy sent as her, what is it called?
Facebook status.
That's her Facebook status. September
11 years
15th,
ago.
2013. Well, this is in quotes. This is in quotes here, you guys. This is very important. Quote, 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. End quote. Well, that sums up my night perfectly. ... What a mess I was last night. LOL.
Okay, but then the photo that came after that is like my legs severely covered in bruises.
Let's see if
Like,
we can get it.
it's
Let's
so
see if we can get it. You get
I had
there?
to send that.
No,
Yeah, you can't see them.
Jeez. Must have been a good night, bro.
I'm like the most clumsy person
That's
you'll ever see.
By the way, you got 12 likes, one from your friend Aaron.
Yeah. So anyway, that's.
Oh, we're going back deeper now. You ready for
yeah.
another one?
No.
This is great. You're gonna love this. So this is from 15 years ago, 2009. What
So
did
young.
Brooksy update her
I was
Facebook
in
status
like grade 9 or beginning of grade 10, probably.
with? All right, here we go. This might be my favorite one to date. Got into a fight. It's a bunch of eyes. Sent home. Can't go back till Thursday. FML. Exclamation point. Capital. Ha ha ha. Brooksy, what happened on September 15th, 2009?
I got punched in the face and then had to fight someone. Like legit, you. This is like crazy.
Is this a story of triumph as a bully
This-
got his comeuppance or her comeuppance
This
from
is my-
bullying Brooksy?
This is my West Side Story.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hold on, is that the Jets and the Sharks?
Anyway.
There's one guy out there who knows.
He's
Thank
like-
you. LV knows what's up.
So on this day, 15 years ago, somebody was beaking me in our biology class.
Not in biology, bro. The sacred grounds.
And our science teacher was talking about pigs, okay? So,
Not the cute little piggies.
yeah, the oinkers.
Love the oinkers.
So then there's these girls that we called the ghetto girls.
Oh, no. That sounds like bullying already.
No, they were mean and they were mean. And they would go around and like push people and they were always in like animal print and they were just like
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
scary.
No. You can't bring animal print into this.
Sorry.
I love animal print. Don't you be animal print in this. Like that.
Anyway, they were scary. So anyway, I was friends with this girl who used to be friends with their group of girls and she got kicked out of the group and now they were like trying to fight her. And so then during this class, they were like, teacher was talking about pigs and the one girl from this group was like, "Oh, you mean Wendy's family?" Just like
In front of everyone?
in front of everyone, the whole class. And my friend
bro.
Kayla, who used to be friends with them, was like, "Are you just going to let them say that to you?"
Then the peer pressure gets poured
And
in?
I was like, "No." So I flipped him off. I just.
It was a guy?
Huh?
No, it's a girl.
No, but there's like a group of 4 girls. And I
You didn't
flipped.
say anything? You just gave him the finger?
I just gave him the finger. We're in the middle of class. I'm not going to like.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the teacher wasn't like, "Get out of
Get
here."
outta here, that
So they're
guy.
like Wendy's family. Also, why are you coming for me? Just because I'm friends with someone? I don't know. Anyway, so then I flipped him off. The whole class goes on. It's like 30 minutes left. We leave. And as I'm leaving the class, this is at Bedford Road. Anyway, as I'm leaving the class, the girl says, "Hey," her name was Megan. Anyway, she says, "Hey, you want to get punched out?" And I was like, "Do what you want." And I was walking and I had like all of my binders and stuff in my hands like this. And I'm like walking. I was like, "Do what you want." And I know how this looked because I saw it on the videotape after it was done. Because
There was videotape?
it was videotaped because we have cameras in our school because it's ghetto. And So
We love all of our schools. There are no ghetto schools. I just want to say that. We
No.
love all of our schools equally.
No.
They're incredible and
I
fantastic.
love my school. This is the only one part that I didn't love about it. So I'm walking away, and in this camera, this girl starts running after me. She grabs my shoulder, whips me around, and smokes me in the face like so
Nice.
hard. All my stuff goes flying
Yard
like
sale.
all over the place, and she just starts like pounding me.
Take two and go. You're in this situation where this woman is
So she's
beating you
beating
up in
me
the
up.
halls of Bedford Road.
In the halls, and everyone's watching.
Yep.
And then she like grabbed my hair, and when she grabbed my hair, I like kind of blacked out. I don't remember, but
Nobody touches her hair.
I must have I grabbed her hair and I like shoved her into this like fire extinguisher thing.
Nice.
And then apparently I started punching her, and it took her pregnant friend, which again we're in grade 10. She came up to me and pulled me my shoulders and tripped me backwards, so I went flying into the lockers. And then that's when the teachers came out. I think that big bang, like all the teachers came out, which is crazy. And then we both got taken to the principal's office.
Hold on. Hold on. So you won the fight?
Well, this is what
okay.
everyone thinks, is that I won this fight.
Hell yeah.
And so I tried so hard not to cry, because when I get really angry, I cry.
you. You
Or
would
like
never.
sad, I cry.
That's
or like
not-
happy, I cry. But
Whenever
anyway.
you have a single feeling, you cry. It's okay.
Yeah. So
Nothing
I'm
wrong
like
with that.
trying so hard not to cry. I'm like, this is like an actual fight that happened, and like I'm gonna try and be a big person. Like she came after me, whatever. And I go in, and this girl's crying in the principal's office, and I was like, oh no. So then I started crying, and then we're both sitting there crying.
And this is the one that punched you in the face? Took you to Pound
the
Town real
one
quick? Okay.
yeah. So anyway, basically at the end of it, we had to like go to like the school counselor and talk about it. And then we were all chill after that. And now I actually see her sometimes. I know where she works. I go there quite often, and I see her there all the time.
How did you say that so unmenacingly?
I don't know. It's like we just needed to get like
I know her
get it
entire
off
schedule right down to the second.
yeah, off our chest. So then anyway, so everyone was like freaked out by me for a while, and I'm like, I would never
You're
start
the gangster.
I would
bro.
never start a fight or like punch someone, but like I just went into protective
You
mode.
don't start them, you only finish them.
Yeah, and I blacked out. And I don't remember.
Yeah,
So
that's it. Well, I always feel like that's what would happen if I was ever in that situation.
yeah, and that's the only fight I've
We don't
been
have
in.
it in us to get crazy enough. I also got sucker punched in the parking lot over at Churchill Shopping
Well,
Center.
I've been sucker punched a lot, but I've only been in one
That's
fight.
one time where you got that.
yeah. So,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Hey, LB, can I get you to just turn on? We forgot to turn on our thing. Thank you very much, sir. Just for the Frankest Fingers, as we got a couple minutes left here on the Monday edition of your show before we get set for our big meeting with our 5.5 month review before we roll into the second half of our first year as a business. Lots of exciting things
crazy.
to celebrate and get into. More importantly, though, we got one more. We
There's
got
one more.
You thought you were done, eh?
I also want to say something after about what I'm gonna make you do. But
Okay. No, this is good.
go.
And I feel like I just realized this one isn't as funny. I should have looked at it a little bit better. So this one isn't from you.
Oh, it's not
This
from
is
me.
from your friend Kayla.
Yeah.
15 years ago, back
Who
in 2009.
I couldn't even tell you who that is to this day. I don't know.
Well, there's a picture of her on here.
Yeah, it's
So
probably.
maybe that's
I
what it is.
think it's my old best friend Thomas. I think that's his girlfriend that he dated long distance for like 2 months. I think that's who that is, but I'm not 100% sure.
All right, story gets a little better now.
anyway.
Let's get back onto the good side. So 15 years ago, what did Brooksy use in, what is this called? An updating? In her
Well,
updates?
she put a message.
Status.
No, this girl put a message on my Facebook page.
Oh, so this isn't the status.
No, it's a message from her publicly on my page. Yeah.
Okay. Says, haha, psh, you're, to use, the sexy beast. And yeesh, all capitals. We do need to chill soon. Real soon. Then 2 dots and then and close of a
It's a smiley face and a
brackets
heart.
and then a
Yeah.
better than and then a 3.
Yeah, that's before emojis.
So what does that mean then? Is a smiley face and a heart?
Yeah, a smiley face and a heart, even though it looks inappropriate
It's
from
more
what
like
I'm
a
looking
smiley
at.
waste of time right there. dude.
Anyway,
It's stupid.
so from
What happened?
From what I gather, I probably messaged her and said she was a sexy beast, and then she was like, "No,
No,
you're a
the
sexy beast."
We do need to chill soon,
Yeah.
real soon.
So yeah, that's that. And I want to say while we're here, Past Our Bedtime, new episode is out now on YouTube. Just search up Past Our Bedtime with a period at the end, all one word.
Real
okay?
easy to find.
That's
Very
how you're
good
going to
stuff.
find.
Yes.
I actually tried to message the people that own the Past Our Bedtime, like, actual name. And I was like, I will pay you to give me this name. And they never messaged back. So I think I'm going to reach out to YouTube. Anyway, new episode now. And I'm going to have Gary on the next episode.
What?
Yeah, me, Cora, and Gary all sitting on our teeny couch.
Hold on. Did you pay my fee? Do you know I have a very expensive talent fee?
Yeah, what is it? An hour of Smash Bros with Wendy.
It's only a half hour, and you have to let me win 2 games.
Oh,
That's it.
well,
So,
I don't
actually,
ever
you
let
already paid
you.
that fee. What was it? On Friday. So okay, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah,
Very excited to join you guys. I like the different setup. It'll be good to be on like a couch where I can lounge instead of.
You
get
won't,
all- under the
you won't
chair
be
where I do all my
lounging. We're
nervous
all gonna
tics.
be like so shoulder to shoulder, like
And like this.
squished in, sipping tea.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what tea I'm gonna give you guys. I don't
D's
have.
nuts? No more
I don't
D's
have
nuts?
more D's nuts.
What are we even doing, bro?
I know. Maybe
too bad.
I'll go for a search before then. But anyway, yeah. So Gary's coming on, and I'm sure we'll hype it out more once it's done. But we are gonna make it all about
It's going to
gaming.
be very fun. I look very forward, and thank you again for thinking of me. Shout out to our buddy Dax over at PropertyGuys.com. Hit them up. They will take very, very good care of you, as well all of our businesses that are part of this team, including Nickel Plumbing and Heating. Our friend Kim's coming by for the pizza party. She works in Nickel Plumbing. She's a very good friend who we love and cherish very, very much. So if you ever want to join this team, it's real easy. You ready for this, Phenom? We're going to go for it?
Oh,
All you got to do is head to DufferinAve.com for all of your needs, be them advertising or promotional stuff. Maybe you have an organization that could use an extra push. Let these guys know.
and
You might have a
end
show
scene.
I was going to keep going, but thank goodness I was out of breath there. That was going to be bad. Between not being able to breathe into my face and not being good at breathing
Yeah.
when I talk, it's hard.
You've been like talking really, really fast and like going and saying all these things because you want to make sure you get everything done within this time frame. But then you have to take a big break and you're like,
That's it. Shout out to Kevin over at Hammer Time Roofing as well. He's got one more month with us after this one before the roofing shuts down for winter time. So hit him up if you want to get some roofing stuff done. New episode tomorrow of The Viewing Room.
what are they
What's that?
reviewing?
I thought you said I screwed it up.
What are you?
Maybe tomorrow. See what I told you about the importance of that?
What are you
You don't really
reviewing?
stay hard to it. He hasn't decided yet.
Oh,
But there will be a viewing room
Boo.
with LB and Dragoon.
Wayne's World. Can you do Wayne's World?
Party time, excellent.
Yeah, it's gonna be Wayne's World. Woo!
Okay, there we go. Phenom, why don't you go ahead and get us some Frankie's fingers before we get going overtime here and we get one less step towards the pizza that's about to be here. That's all
Oh
I'm thinking
my
about.
God! I got a thin crust, cheesy cheese pizza with oregano and peppers and garlic.
Guess what you got, bro? Double pepperoni.
The
I also got a pepperoni and bacon.
pepperoni for the jabroni.
You rapping now? Jeez. And we also got a pepperoni and bacon for the boys. So we got lots of food.
My mouth is
And
watering.
we're gonna have a big old pizza party in here. Thank you to everyone who stopped by today. To Network Ryan for making it all the way up on stage and talking about life. We really appreciate that. To Phenom for putting on another incredible show. Give us a wave there, Phenom. Look at my guy. Isn't he cute?
Wow, such
Always
nice
do.
hands.
I told you, man. Hamburger helper without the tarp on. That's who we got. I don't
What?
know how that happened. The hamburger helper logo. He's like a mascot. He's just a hand, but he's got like a chef's hat on.
Oh,
Take his shirt off. That's what he looks like. To Sum, thank you for sticking around. Hopefully, you're gonna get some pizza before you frig off. Is that what's happening? Nice. Good. Who
yeah,
else?
she's
there?
waiting.
Is that all we got?
Can't
pretty
leave
much
without
it.
the pizza.
This is very good. To all of our friends throughout this entire little operation, thank you to you for being a part of it. Tomorrow, we'll be back with another All Out Eggs podcast team as well. We'll check in with our friend Maggie from Elmwood as we will get you caught up on the big fall feast as we're just a couple days away for that. Anything else you got going on there, Brooksy?
No, I'm just super hungry, and all this talk about pizza has
Sweaty.
made my stomach growl, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to
We're going to eat so much.
And I'll have one of those never-ending drinks in your fridge too.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Those are really the Kirkland. The Kirkland flavored sparkling water.
Yeah, they never end. It's forever.
It's a magical thing. What else do we got this week?
I don't know.
We have so much stuff.
We just planned until this day. And it's good because you're so worried about this day. We couldn't add anything else after this. So we'll discuss
She said it perfect.
during the meeting what's happening next. So
All right. Remember, karma, very, very, very real. Do good things and you'll notice they'll start happening to you. I promise you. All right? What I always say? Stop caring about yourself so much. Start caring about others.
yeah.
And then you won't be scared to leave the house anymore because people won't be such dinks everywhere you go. Simple math.
But you need to care about yourself so that you can give love to other people as well. Just a little bit,
Said
you know?
perfectly.
Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love others.
Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.